Let me be completely truthful with you about something that happened several years ago. And even now, after all that has unfolded, I still don't believe I was mistaken. My name is Aaron. I'm 29. And my entire world shifted the day I was told I could never have children. I won't get into every messy detail, but let's just say that before meeting my husband Andrew, I lived a little carelessly. A few decisions I made in my early 20s circled back the way consequences often do. And when the doctor finally gave me the results, it wasn't a soft maybe. It was final. You will never carry children, just like that. It's strange how one sentence can completely rewrite the way you see yourself. I always assumed motherhood would happen someday. But when those words hit me, it felt like my insides turned to glass and shattered. Sitting in that sterile office, beneath buzzing fluorescent lights and the heavy weight of that verdict, another thought struck me. What's the purpose of intimacy now? If I couldn't create a family, if that future was gone, then why go through the motions? The truth is I had been pretending for years anyway, not faking love. I loved Andrew deeply. He's a good man. He works in logistics, crates, freight routes, shipping schedules, all of it. He'd come home exhausted most days, hands rough, eyes dulled from hours of work. I convinced myself that was normal. Marriage means showing up, right? But under the routine, I felt disconnected. I had learned to act like everything was fine. Smile when I didn't feel like smiling. Pretend to enjoy closeness I didn't want. That's what you do, isn't it? But with this news, I finally had something concrete to stand on. I didn't have to keep the act going. So while Andrew was at work that day, I made a choice. No more physical intimacy. It wasn't out of spite. It wasn't to punish him. I honestly thought it would be a relief. No expectations. No pressure. I imagined we could redirect our energy into building a stronger bond, one built on loyalty and shared values. I truly thought I was being mature. When he came home, I didn't sugarcoat it. I told him directly, we're not doing that anymore. I can't have kids, so what's the point? He stared at me, eyes wet, as if I'd spoken in a foreign tongue. What exactly did the doctor say? He asked. Can we see a specialist? What about adoption? I shut all of it down. I wasn't interested in playing house with someone else's child. That may sound harsh, but I had made peace with it. What I didn't expect was how fiercely Andrew would resist and for how long. He said intimacy wasn't just about children, that it was about closeness and trust. But I was exhausted from faking. I told him if he truly loved me, he'd understand that real love went deeper than the physical. It was about loyalty, about building a life together. I wanted him to rise above it, to evolve into something higher. I stood my ground, my body, my choice. And if he couldn't accept it, maybe he wasn't the man I thought he was. A secret part of me even liked watching him flounder. He was finally getting a taste of what it felt like to have the rules suddenly change. For years, I'd made sacrifices to keep him comfortable. Now it was his turn to give up something for me. But he didn't drop it. For 2 years, Andrew kept trying. At first, it was gentle. Let's talk to someone, he'd say. Maybe a counselor could help us. Then came suggestions of new doctors, hormone therapy, adoption again. Each time I said no. Each time I reminded him I wasn't broken, I wasn't confused. I'd made my decision. Eventually, I learned how to shut it down before it began. If he brought it up, I'd tear up, tell him He was making me feel defective.
Or I'd
Slam a door. Leave him sitting in guilt. My most effective weapon was flipping the script, so my medical condition isn't enough for you? That usually ended the argument fast. And honestly, it felt powerful. For the first time in our marriage, I had control. A firm, unshakable boundary. But Andrew began shifting in ways I didn't see coming.
He
Pulled away. No more surprise dinners. No more hugs. He made his own meals, sat alone on the couch, drifted off before I joined him in bed. When I tried to show affection, he flinched like it burned.
I
Asked why he was cold. I'm still your wife, I said. I still love you. He only shrugged, said he was tired. That's when I started wondering, had I judged him wrong all along? Maybe he was the type
who only valued sex.
without it, maybe nothing else mattered. Then came the letter. He gave it to me after dinner. One night, he'd been secretly seeing a therapist, which felt like betrayal.
The
Letter was calm, thoughtful, clearly guided. He said he loved me, but our marriage was decaying. He begged me again to consider therapy, or at least
talk to a doctor.
the last paragraph was the sting. I want to fight for us, but I need to know you'll fight too. I saw the word fight differently. I believed I'd been fighting for my boundaries, for my truth, for us. But his letter painted me as the problem, the one who needed fixing. So I did something petty. I took a red Sharpie, wrote across the bottom, "Go get it somewhere else, you're not
Getting it here.
then tossed it at him. I thought that would end it once and for
All.
But later, he sat at the table, calm, the letter open in front of him. Okay, he said. What do you mean, okay? You've made yourself clear. You gave me permission to handle it elsewhere.
So
That's what I'll do. I laughed. He was bluffing. Andrew hated even speeding. But he pulled the folded letter from his wallet. I've carried this for weeks. You underlined elsewhere. You made it literal. I tried to walk it back, said, I was upset, didn't mean it like that. But his steady eyes didn't budge. You said it. You made it clear. So I'll do what you told me. 3 months later, I learned he actually had. I wasn't meant to find out, but at the dry cleaner of all places, the woman smiled and said, It's nice seeing Andrew happy again. When I pressed, she went quiet.
That
night, I confronted him. You're cheating. He pulled out the letter again. You told
me to get it elsewhere.
This is elsewhere. That's not what I meant.
Then
What did you mean? When I asked you, said it seemed pretty literal to you.
2.
I broke down crying, this time for real. I wanted him to stop pressuring me, not actually act on it. He blinked. So you expected me to live celibate forever? To never bring it up again? Hearing it out loud sounded cruel.
But I
still clung to my belief. Marriage means choosing your spouse, no matter what.
He
should have chosen me. I told him to end it, that I was ready now for counseling. But he only asked, and what's the goal? To get you to change your mind?
No, I said.
To communicate. To compromise. Compromise? He repeated. So counseling is meant to help us accept a sexless marriage? If that's what it took, yes.
He fell quiet for a long time. Then,
softly, almost kindly, he said, I don't think I can do that, Aaron. I don't think I want to. That moment broke me. After all the years, all the sacrifices, he still chose differently. And it confirmed the fear I had buried deep. Maybe I was never enough. Not without that part of me. Not without the ability to give him what he needed. And maybe we had both stopped choosing each other long before I ever realized.